Madara Uchiha. Madara Uchiha is one of the most prominent figures in Uchiha clan history. He awakened the Mangekyou Sharingan during the intense and brutal war between the Uchiha and Senju clans. This prolonged and painful conflict became a major turning point, causing deep psychological shocks that allowed Madara to activate the legendary eyes. The Mangekyou Sharingan granted Madara extraordinary abilities, the most notable being the power to summon Susanoo, a technique exclusive to those who have awakened the Mangekyou in both eyes. This power elevated Madara to a position of dominance and respect within the Uchiha clan, making him far superior to any other member of the clan. However, the constant use of the Mangekyou Sharingan during the Warring States period gradually dimmed the light of his eyes. Facing the threat of complete blindness, Madara took the eyes of his younger brother, Izuna. This act enabled him to achieve the eternal Mangekyou Sharingan, a rare and immensely powerful form of the Sharingan that only two Uchiha members, Madara and Sasuke, have ever attained. The eternal Mangekyou Sharingan gave Madara unparalleled power, removing the limitations of the original Mangekyou version. He could now use his abilities without worrying about losing his sight. Furthermore, the eternal Mangekyou Sharingan significantly enhanced his previous powers, especially his Susanoo, allowing it to reach its ultimate form, the full-body Susanoo. Unlike some Mangekyou Sharingan users who gain unique, personalized abilities, Madara's eyes showcased only the general abilities of the Sharingan. However, his sheer strength was so overwhelming that he could activate Susanoo on his shadow clones, a feat no other Mangekyou user could replicate. Ultimately, Madara became the strongest Uchiha in the clan's history, not because of any unique abilities, but because of his unmatched overall power. He is the embodiment of the immense strength and terrifying potential of the Uchiha clan. Izuna Uchiha. Izuna Uchiha awakened his Mangekyou Sharingan shortly after Madara during the intense war between the Senju and Uchiha clans. The painful experiences from the endless conflict became the trigger that activated Izuna's Mangekyou Sharingan. Alongside Madara, Izuna became one of the most powerful leaders of the Uchiha clan at that time. The strength of the Mangekyou Sharingan allowed the two Uchiha brothers to assert their dominance during the harsh years of war. However, Izuna's use of the Mangekyou Sharingan was not given much attention. His fate was sealed when Madara took his younger brother's eyes to achieve the eternal Mangekyou Sharingan. As a result, information about Izuna's unique abilities is quite limited. What we can confirm is that Izuna possessed the basic abilities of the Mangekyou Sharingan, the general powers shared by all users of these legendary eyes. Izuna's legacy is mostly remembered through his role in supporting Madara, and ultimately sacrificing his eyes to help his brother achieve a more powerful state. Now, if you enjoy these concise explanation videos, please like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our future content. Itachi Uchiha, the Mangekyou Sharingan, the legendary eyes of the Uchiha clan, is often awakened in tragic circumstances, fueled by intense emotions of hatred and the pain of loss. In the story of Itachi Uchiha, these eyes were awakened after he witnessed the suicide of his best friend, Shisui Uchiha. Itachi's eyes caught the attention of Orochimaru, who became determined to join the Akatsuki with the goal of stealing these extraordinary powers. Itachi's left eye possessed Tsukuyomi, a powerful genjutsu with absolute control over space and time. Tsukuyomi creates an illusionary world completely controlled by Itachi, where victims are almost completely trapped with no means of escape. In this world, a single second in reality can be stretched into an entire lifetime. For example, when Itachi used Tsukuyomi on Sasuke, he created an illusion that lasted 72 hours, during which Sasuke was forced to witness the death of their parents over and over, hundreds of thousands of times. This psychological torture left deep emotional scars on Sasuke and fueled an intense hatred in his young heart. Another story about the extraordinary power of Tsukuyomi is told in the novel Itachi Shinden, which highlights Itachi's relationship with his girlfriend, Izumi. Before ending her life, Itachi used Tsukuyomi in a merciful yet heart-wrenching way. He allowed Izumi to experience a perfect life within the illusion, from the moment she married him to living a full life, growing old, and eventually passing away peacefully. With the Mangekyou Sharingan in his right eye, Itachi wielded Amaterasu, the pinnacle of fire release techniques. Amaterasu is a deadly black flame that is extremely difficult to counter. It burns everything in its path and is nearly impossible to extinguish. Even the strongest ninjas struggle to defend against it unless they can completely absorb or evade it. Itachi's Susanoo is one of the most iconic and fearsome manifestations of power. Even in its incomplete form, it was enough to terrify his enemies. What made it truly exceptional was its possession of two legendary items, the Totsuka Blade and the Yata Mirror. The Totsuka Blade is a mystical, non-physical sword that emerges from a sack gourd with a liquid-like appearance. Anyone struck by it is instantly sealed inside the sake gourd, trapped forever in the world of drunken dreams. The blade's power was demonstrated during key moments, such as when Itachi removed the cursed seal from Sasuke's body, extracted and sealed Orochimaru, and later removed Nagato's soul from Kabuto's Edo Tensei control. Alongside the Totsuka Blade was the Yata Mirror, one of the greatest defensive weapons in the ninja world. Unlike a normal shield, the Yata Mirror has no fixed form. It can change its nature to counter any kind of attack, whether physical or spiritual. During the final moments of Itachi's battle with Sasuke, even after Sasuke used all his remaining strength to attack, all his strikes were effortlessly deflected by the Yata Mirror. Although other Uchiha have used Susanoo, and its power depends on the user, Itachi's Susanoo is often regarded as a masterpiece of balance between offense and defense. Itachi's Mangekyou Sharingan was both a blessing and a curse, embodying a mix of suffering and greatness, of power and tragedy. In the end, his eyes were transplanted into Sasuke, passing on both his legacy and his burden. Sasuke Uchiha. In the Uchiha clan's tradition, the path to awakening the Mangekyou Sharingan is often linked to extreme loss and emotional suffering. Most members unlock it by witnessing or even causing the death of a loved one. However, Sasuke's story has a slight twist. From a young age, Itachi set a harsh challenge for Sasuke, hinting that to awaken the Mangekyou Sharingan, he would have to kill the person he loved most. However, Sasuke refused to kill his closest friend, Naruto, which meant he was unable to activate this power at the time. The real turning point came when Sasuke discovered the truth about Itachi, the moment he realized that his brother had sacrificed his entire life, endured unbearable suffering, and carried the weight of betrayal, all to protect Sasuke and the Hidden Leaf Village. He experienced a profound emotional shock. The pain, guilt, and inner torment from this realization became the catalyst that awakened his Mangekyou Sharingan. Before his final moments, Itachi passed on his eyes to Sasuke, significantly boosting his brother's power. Like Itachi, Sasuke possessed Amaterasu in his left eye. However, in his right eye, Sasuke developed a unique technique known as Kagutsuchi. With Kagutsuchi, Sasuke could shape and control the flames of Amaterasu into various forms for both offense and defense. This ability made Sasuke the most effective user of Amaterasu, even surpassing Itachi in mastery and versatility. Kagutsuchi is not just an offensive technique, but also a defensive mechanism. This is clearly demonstrated in Sasuke's battle with the Raikage, where he enveloped his Susanoo with black flames. By the end of the series, the power of Amaterasu had reached an extraordinary level, capable of burning even the ice release techniques of Kaguya Otsutsuki, one of the most formidable abilities to counter. Every Uchiha ninja who awakens the Mangekyou Sharingan in both eyes is granted the ultimate power of Susanoo. For Sasuke, it was an impressive evolution that started with a giant skeletal structure surrounding his body, providing basic defense. In the early stages, Sasuke often used an incomplete version of Susanoo, which only formed ribs and a single arm for protection and attack. Over time, as he gained better control of his power, Sasuke's Susanoo began to develop further. Muscle layers and skin gradually formed, increasing its strength and resilience. The peak of this evolution was reached when his Susanoo attained its complete form, with 2 arms, 2 legs, and wings. This fully evolved Susanoo granted Sasuke the ability to fly and launch powerful attacks from above, making him a match for Naruto in his tailed beast state. Of course, after receiving Itachi's eyes and achieving eternal Mangekyou Sharingan, Sasuke no longer had to worry about the risk of blindness, a weakness that plagued Mangekyou Sharingan users before this transformation. Obito Uchiha. As a member of the prestigious Uchiha clan, Obito was gifted with the power of the Sharingan. But unlike the natural-born geniuses of his clan, Obito had to put in extraordinary effort to develop his abilities. However, he managed to awaken his Sharingan with 2 Tomoe, an extremely rare occurrence, as most Uchiha only manifest 1 Tomoe initially. This awakening happened during a desperate attempt to save Kakashi during the Third Great Ninja War. A tragic accident struck when Obito was crushed under a massive boulder, leaving half of his body destroyed. Believing he was on the verge of death, Obito gave his intact Sharingan eye to Kakashi as a parting gift. Everyone assumed he had died, but in reality, he was saved. After his recovery, once Obito could move and fight again, he returned to find his friends, only to witness another devastating tragedy, the death of Rin Nohara. Obito's deep love for Rin made this moment an extreme psychological shock. The intense emotional turmoil triggered the awakening of the Mangekyou Sharingan in both of his eyes. Remarkably, the Sharingan he had given to Kakashi also transformed into a Mangekyou Sharingan, as if an invisible connection existed between the two of them. Obito's Mangekyou Sharingan grants him one of the most powerful abilities ever introduced, Kamui. With his right eye, he can freely use the short-range version of Kamui. The first time this ability was seen was when Obito encountered Mist Ninja chasing after Kakashi and Rin. Kamui is an extraordinary technique that allows Obito to transport objects, people, and even himself into a separate dimension. This ability makes it seem like he becomes nearly invisible or intangible. In reality, Obito isn't truly invisible. Instead, he swiftly shifts parts of his body into the Kamui dimension, creating the illusion that physical objects can pass right through him. Obito's control over Kamui is considered unmatched. Almost no one can land a hit on him. Throughout countless battles, he only sustained serious injuries twice, once against Konan, and later during the Fourth Great Ninja War, when the secret behind his technique was finally revealed. Even while using only half the power of his Mangekyou Sharingan, Kamui alone made Obito one of the most formidable and difficult to defeat ninjas in the Naruto world. Hatake Kakashi. Kakashi Hatake, although not a member of the Uchiha clan, gained possession of a Sharingan through his teammate, Obito Uchiha. This very eye became the source of his famous nickname, the Copy Ninja, a title well known throughout the Hidden Leaf Village. Since Kakashi is not part of the Uchiha clan, he cannot deactivate the Sharingan naturally like Uchiha members. To conserve chakra, he often covers the eye, but this doesn't mean he lacks mastery over it. When the Mangekyou Sharingan is activated, Kakashi gains access to Kamui, an ability similar to Obito's. What makes Kakashi's left eye unique is its ability to use long-range Kamui. This allows him to pull off incredible feats, like teleporting Deidara's explosion away and even costing Deidara one of his arms. Every use of Kamui consumes a significant amount of chakra, but over time, Kakashi refined and mastered the technique to an impressive degree. Eventually, Kakashi reached the peak of his Kamui abilities, gaining the power to teleport himself and objects to the Kamui dimension at double the speed, with no distance restrictions. He even created new variations like Kamui Shuriken and Kamui Raikiri, combining spatial power with other techniques for greater combat versatility. Kakashi Hatake's Susanoo is one of the most powerful forms seen in the Naruto series. After receiving both Mangekyou Sharingan eyes from Obito Uchiha's spirit during the Fourth Great Ninja War, Kakashi could summon a fully formed pale blue Susanoo. Kakashi's Susanoo stands out for its exceptional offense and defense. It can create chakra weapons like swords and bows and move at incredible speed. Most notably, Kakashi's Susanoo can also use Kamui for both attack and defense, making it one of the most versatile and dangerous Susanoo forms in the entire Naruto series. Shisui Uchiha. Shisui Uchiha awakened his Mangekyou Sharingan after feeling immense guilt over allowing his friend and rival to die. While all Uchiha possess the same basic abilities with the regular Sharingan, the Mangekyou Sharingan is unique for each user, and Shisui's powers were especially fearsome, even compared to the strongest characters. His Mangekyou Sharingan granted him the ability to enter a person's mind and manipulate their thoughts by implanting false experiences. What makes this ability so terrifying is that the target believes they are acting of their own free will, completely unaware they are being controlled, even in the moments leading to their death. This technique, known as Kotoa Matsukami, is considered one of the most powerful genjutsu in the entire Naruto world. Its power is so overwhelming that it could override Kabuto Yakushi's control over a resurrected Itachi Uchiha, despite Kabuto's control being regarded as nearly unbreakable. This made Itachi the only reanimated shinobi to free himself from Kabuto's grasp. Kotoa Matsukami, unlike most Sharingan-based genjutsu, does not require direct eye contact to activate. In the past, when Shisui attempted to use Kotoa Matsukami to prevent the downfall of the Uchiha clan, his right eye was stolen by Danzo Shimura. Believing Shisui's plan was futile, Danzo sought to protect the village in his own way. Fearing that Danzo would take his remaining eye as well, Shisui entrusted it to his closest friend, Itachi, and begged him to use it to save Konoha. Danzo implanted the stolen eye into his own body and used it for years to manipulate others according to his will. By harnessing the chakra of Hashirama Senju, he was able to reduce the eye's cooldown time, making it usable more frequently. Kotoa Matsukami was so powerful that Danzo could cast it on others without even removing the bandages covering his right eye. This was demonstrated during the 5 kg summit, where Danzo used Shisui's eye to control Mifune, the mediator of the meeting, and convinced the Kage to grant him leadership of the Shinobi Alliance. However, his scheme was exposed by Ayo, a ninja from the Hidden Mist village, who used his Byakugan to detect Danzo's manipulation. Kotoa Matsukami was so powerful that even Obito desired to obtain Shisui's eye. However, the technique had a significant limitation. Once used, it couldn't be activated with the same eye again until after a cooldown period. Before his death, Danzo destroyed Shisui's eye that he had implanted in himself, ensuring that no one else could claim it. As for the other eye, Shisui entrusted it to Itachi, who later implanted it into a crow as part of a plan to bring his brother, Sasuke, back to Konoha's side. However, when Itachi was resurrected, he used Kotoa Matsukami on himself to break free from Kabuto Yakushi's control. Afterward, Itachi incinerated the crow to prevent the eye from falling into anyone else's hands. With that, both of Shisui's eyes were lost forever, leaving no chance for them to be possessed by anyone else. Indra Otsutsuki. Indra Otsutsuki was the first person to awaken the Mangekyou Sharingan. He achieved this power after experiencing intense emotional trauma, but unlike others, he deliberately created this shock himself by killing his 2 closest friends. This event marked a significant shift in his personality, transforming him from a loving and protective older brother to Asura into someone consumed by the desire for power and control. With his left eye, Indra could wield the ability known as Hinokagutsuchi, allowing him to summon black flames. Additionally, in Naruto x Boruto, Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections, he is also shown to have access to the Amaterasu technique. Like anyone who awakens the Mangekyou in both eyes, Indra could summon and control the powerful Susanoo, further solidifying his formidable strength. Shin Uchiha. Shin Uchiha awakened his Mangekyou Sharingan as a result of Orochimaru's experiments, which led to his creation. Unlike other Uchiha, Shin did not need to experience intense emotional trauma to awaken his Mangekyou Sharingan, as he was instead created with this ability from the start. What makes Shin's Mangekyou Sharingan unique is that it was shared across multiple connected beings. With his right eye, Shin could telekinetically control objects, but only after marking them with a special seal placed through direct contact with his hand. His clones, being genetically identical to him, inherited the exact same Mangekyou Sharingan design and possessed the same telekinetic powers. Even a mysterious creature linked to Shin shared this same eye design. Despite having multiple Mangekyou Sharingan, neither Shin nor his clones demonstrated the ability to summon or use Susanoo, a power typically associated with those who awaken the Mangekyou in both eyes. Sarada Uchiha. In the Boruto series, Sarada Uchiha awakened her Mangekyou Sharingan during a deeply emotional moment when Boruto Uzumaki was falsely accused of killing the 7th Hokage, Naruto Uzumaki. This incident was orchestrated by Kawaki, and Sarada was overcome with fear and concern for Boruto's safety, leading to the awakening of her Mangekyou Sharingan. So far, not much has been revealed about the abilities of Sarada's Mangekyou Sharingan. The only known detail is its unique design, which features a sun-shaped pattern. However, this development promises exciting new powers for Sarada and opens up the potential for captivating storylines in future episodes. It also gives the legendary strength of the Uchiha bloodline more room to shine in the ongoing narrative. Alright, that's all for this episode. If you want me to make a video about any other anime or a specific character, just leave a comment below.